Okay, now say you're 30 feet up, 30 plus feet, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet in the air on a ladder or hanging from a tether or leaning over the edge of something to drive one of these up, or you're walking beams and you're having to set these things in, and even straddling a beam or something, you gotta go and put yourself a timber lock in. Which tool are you going to use? Are you going to use the drill like so many YouTubers tell you to do, where if this thing binds on you and you have both hands on that drill and it binds on you and kicks you, that ladder, and you could go tipping down, or if you're walking a beam and you got to put one of these in, you could get knocked off that beam, or if you're leaning over something, you fall once again. Like, there's so much risk working in heights, and like a small little impact, I wouldn't recommend using a little tiny impact for these things. But do you need to use a big high torque thing? No, you don't need to use big high torque. Actually, the mid torques from Metabo and Milwaukee are more than sufficient to do these relatively fast. Not as fast as a drill, but relatively fast. And here, I'll show you. Okay, I'll take my Metabo HTP old girl. I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, and this is a big timber. It's got to be two-handed operation because it's gonna bind on you. It's gonna require resistance. Okay, there you go. And now let's put it in high speed and see what happens. Won't come out. That's okay. Or let's go with this. Now I have this hand free to brace myself and go. Not as fast, but you see I have one hand free at all times to brace my body. So if it's windy out or whatever I'm working on wobbly, or you're getting old and your knees are getting worn out, you know, I prefer using these things, and also the 7/16 drivers for stuff like that when I'm in precarious positions where there's risk of fall, or where I may need to have a hand free to catch myself, or a hand free to protect myself from objects or stuff like that. But that's the thing, when you're up at heights, really high heights, in precarious places where there's risk of fall or wind picking up and shifting you, always nice to have that one hand free. Yes, drills are faster. Drills do the job awesome. But the problem with these drills is that they can bind on you. If you're trying to do these things one-handed all the time, it's going to get a little sore on your wrist. Like, it's great for the job, high and low speed. Does it perfectly fine. But there's a safety issue inherent to it, because you have to usually have two hands on that tool. And when that thing binds on you, that's going to jerk you and your body. And so it's called working smarter, not harder. Sometimes trying to be fast can be dangerous. Sometimes trying to get things done quicker can be dangerous. And in the construction trade, I'm going to be honest, I can't find mine. I actually do have the I do have a 7/16 driver. It's the same size as the mid torque. It's quite literally the same tool as the mid torque. But a 7/16 driver, you can do auger bits, drill bits, driver bits, and socket bits for the large fasteners. And they make them for that job in the construction industry, linesman industry, power installation industry. That's what they're made for. 7/16 driver. So if you're going to be driving a lot of large fasteners, and none of that, this thing is actually still lighter than this. This mid torque is lighter. So get yourself a 7/16 Milwaukee, or like 7/16 driver from Milwaukee, or get a mid torque and get a 7/16 adapter. You can buy a 7/16 adapter for this, but a Metabo mid torque and the Milwaukee and the DeWalt mid torque have a higher RPM. They have enough earth and gur to drive stuff relatively good. One-handed operation, so you always have one hand free. Like, yes, I'm not going to argue the drill is faster, but just because it's faster doesn't mean that it's the right tool for the job, doesn't mean that it's the proper tool for the job. That's such a misconception. Like, so many people on YouTube, faster, stronger, faster, stronger, faster, stronger. Everything has a speed limit, everything has a torque limit, and faster and stronger can get you hurt and can get you killed sometimes. So this is why when you're on construction sites, if you're on the ground, driving stuff down vertically or sideways into a timber that's on the ground, use the drill. Use the drill because you're on the ground, because you're going to be able to go a little faster, be a little more productive. But if you're in the air or walking walls or walking beams and you're putting these screws in, grab yourself an impact, like an actual real impact, or a 7/16 driver. Says that's the thing. These things will drive lag bolts beautifully fine. They'll drill the hole for the lag bolt, and they'll actually put the lag bolt in, and they'll do it all one-handed. One-handed. Even running the auger bits in a 7/16, it does it one-handed. It doesn't bind on you. It doesn't kick. It doesn't throw you. Like that's why auger bits come in 7/16 shank, because we have 7/16 drivers and we have 7/16 adapters for these impact guns. So work smarter, work safer, don't take risks, survive the day to make money tomorrow. But if you're on the ground, or if you're in a safe position where there's no fall risk and you don't need both hands free, one hand free, use the drill. It's going to be faster, it's going to be better. But in dangerous spots where high risk of fall is, it's going to be the better option. It's the truth. I've been in industry long enough, and I've actually seen people using drills for lag bolts, large fasteners, noggin holes on ladders in precarious places fall. Some of them lived, some of them died. So you can listen to all these guys that say, oh, I've been in the trades for 30 friggin' years. Yeah, they may be building little houses and stick houses and out of 2x4s and stuff like that, or they may have, but honestly, when they talk the way that they talk, some of the things that they say, it makes me question if they actually even worked in the trades, or if they were just a supervisor walking around, watching people do stuff and just thinking that they knew how to do it all. But coming from a person that actually works in the field, working with these tools in high-rise construction, timber frame construction, log home, pole barn, timber, like every single form of construction I've done. And I know what tools are the smarter choice to use in these situations, because I have seen the accidents in real life. So don't listen to these people that say, well, you're a pussy if you don't use this for this. You're a pussy if you do this. And no, it makes you a smart person that wants to live the day. And that person that says stuff like that probably never really actually worked in the trades. Because unfortunately in North America, almost everywhere in North America, you have to be licensed to own a company in the construction industry. That means either having a trade certification, a trades ticket, or a red seal, or having someone that works for your company that has those qualifications. But I bet you these people that are telling you this, take risks. Oh, you're a pussy for using this, you're a weenie for using this, or doing it this way. I bet you they don't have any certifications or qualifications, and I bet you anything, they never actually really worked. They probably just walked around as a supervisor or a manager. And a supervisor or manager doesn't mean that you were in the trades. If you weren't out there 10, 12, 15 hours a day, 6 days a week, building the stuff. No, you're not a tradesperson. You're a manager.